you got to get a feel in there. Unless I don't I
Well, let
haven't
me
paid a
ask you
lot of
this.
how great an amateur he was.
Well, let me ask you this. Regardless of how much you know about Lomachenko and Salido, if a guy has 2 gold medals, he got like 400, amateur fights. Do you think that evens up the competition if he only has 2 fights and he's going against a guy who doesn't have an amateur pedigree like that has like 30 or whatever professional fights? Does that even the playing field?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
So you think maybe Guillermo Rigo is maybe just one of the exceptions? Because remember, everyone was saying he only got 11 fights. He can't fight Donaire. He's not ready, right? And then all of a sudden,
he's now. I can talk about him. Exceptional.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about the things that he does. Very few fighters can do that. Period. What he does, the step around, the pivot, step around, sliding under, give a little range. Cover the range, right back to it, slide around, looking for here I am.
Yeah.
That's the kind of things he can do. It's almost like Sugar Ray Robinson type things that people looked at years ago.
Yeah.
This is what he's doing. I mean, I'm 1000% with that guy. Hey, he dynamite though. I mean, he just and Donaire is my good buddy too, and he just took him to school.
Yeah. Well, let me let me ask you this real quick. Since we're talking about Rigo, it's a lot of disdain, if that's what I guess I'm gonna call it disdain, when it comes to Bob Arum, when it comes to HBO. For whatever reason, they personally don't like Rigo. To me, it personally seems like they're upset that he beat one of their golden boys, Donaire, and now they're trying to ban him from HBO.
Cash cow, yeah,
they're cash cow. They're trying to ban him from the channel. They don't want him fighting on there no more. But he completely dominated Donaire. They talk. Arum talk about how he's a boring fighter, but he threw more punches than Donaire did, which I don't understand. So, what do you think about that?
It goes like this: school days, good old golden rule days. That's the thing I'm saying. There it was. I mean,
That's
man,
what it was.
that's old school.
In school,
that was old school. What he did. I mean, oh my God.
Took him to school.
I mean, I said, ooh. My wife said, what's wrong with you?
He didn't graduate though. He got taken to school, but he didn't graduate.
No,
he didn't come close to graduating.
And I love Donaire too, and I really think that he's an outstanding fighter, but he just got took to school that night. Yep.
Absolutely. You got something else on that, Ranger?
Yes, I kind of want to go ahead and get his opinion on another fight that's kind of like I can kind of see why it's happening, but at the same time I don't understand why this was a first choice. Alfredo Angulo versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. I mean, thinking about why would you go from fighting the highest class of fighters on Mayweather to go down the stairs, down to the first floor, and fight somebody like Angulo? I mean, I can
came
see
off
Angulo
of a loss.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I can see Angulo maybe. I mean, not maybe. I'm sure he's going to put up a fight because he can take a shot. But I mean, come on, it is this name thing again. They're using the name. They know this guy's got a name, but it's the same thing that Pacquiao and Rio sort of thing. Although Canelo, is not as fast or as skilled as Pacquiao. They're using that name to give him a victory, sort of like a tailor-made fight. What do you think about this fight? And as a boxing fan, who would you rather see Canelo fight? Having names sort of like Erislan de Lara, Demetrius Andrade, Vanis Martirosyan, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's one.
Why?
That's who.
Vanis Martirosyan?
Yeah, that's who I'd like to see him fight. Really, to be honest with you, and I think this guy is. I see patterns so often, and I hate to even discuss it because I have to deal with most promoters and things like this. But those are setups for other fights that are coming down the line. I saw someone even attempt to take one guy, a fighter from somewhere else who had a good record, and put him in that same mold. And so it's more than likely it's a setup. It's something to put the man back on the winning way, and at the same time have him looking pretty good, because that's what's going to happen with this fight. He's going to look real good in that fight. So then they're going to then they get ready to move him to the next level, which And then his next fight probably is going to be Kirkland. Okay, so
Yeah, might be.
you see what I'm saying? You see what what
Yeah.
we're reading down the line here? Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm set up for certain things that happen.
Absolutely.
So you're kind of looking at it. You're looking at it as a confident boost, getting them prepared psychologically for bigger future fights,
Check,
sort of thing.
check, Roger. Because they say the thing was that he was young and he had this was a lesson learned for him and everything but once again, that was preparation. They thought Floyd was going to run, so therefore that's what they prepared for. When you prepare a guy for a fight, especially when it's a high level fight like that, you have a goal, you have a major goal, you have a secondary goal, and you even had to go to a third plan. You had to have different plans to make adjustments with when you fight people like him.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Definitely.
Since you just brought up running, I want to ask you, as a trainer, you got some of these trainers who just and like I said, my kid he boxes, and I see a lot of trainers out here in Vegas trying to just teach kids to be tough. You know, he hits you 8 times, you hit him 10 times. What would you give? What type of advice would you give a kid or even another trainer on what's the best way to train someone using your brain and your bronze, or how do you balance it?
Well, you try to balance it up, and mostly you try to teach a fighter every aspect there is of boxing. You're teaching him how to have proper defense. You teach offense. Twice as much time spending on defense as you do offense.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand that. And you must get in the gym and work on these different things that you do. Also, I find and see that a lot of people don't have game plans.
Mm-hmm.
They go into a fight, no game plan, go forward and take care of your business. You've got to be able to make adjustments. You got to, if a guy's got a good hook, you got to learn how to get away from it. You learn how to block, parry, or catch it. Same way, guy's got a good right hand. I move away from the right hand. And certain things you have to do like this. And maybe, like I said, you have to spend a lot of time with your fighter, but you got to do a lot of dressing on a fighter too. And people just don't do that. I see guys around the gyms and stuff now. Now, they don't know left hook from a Dooku hook. So that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And seriously, it's unfortunate, but then another thing is I blame the fighters too. Here's the reason I blame them. See, I'm a no nonsense guy. I don't, and a lot of times I've had a lot of fighters that I have that haven't really stuck, and they haven't stuck because I'm not their yes man. I have a direction that they need to go. They need to follow it. I'm not going to be their yes man. I'm not going to be the guy just to wipe their bra, give him a little water. My job is to teach him to be the best he can be. And so that's always been my philosophy. And a lot of times people don't like that because I'm not going to let, I'm the trainer. I'm not for you to play with.
And speaking of you being the trainer, now there's also been rumors. Well, hold on for 1 second, Ranger. Let me ask this real quick. It's also been rumors that right now, Freddie Roach, he was the one that was elected to train the fighters in China, which was a big assignment. But there's rumors that you were offered that position. Is that true?
I was.
You were?
But I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
No, sir.
So they end up giving it to Freddie Roach.
I think so. I don't think so. I know so. So, yeah, I was offered that job. I definitely was. I was stone off. As a matter of fact, I went to Miss Stone and started trying to speak a little Chinese. Ni hao. And, yeah, exactly. I certainly was.
So you was ready for it, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
I was trying to get ready for it, put it that way. But, you live and you learn to live and let live. That's what you learn in this game. You take the bitter with the sweet.
I think it's the politics of boxing. I think it's not only the politics. I think it's, Freddie Roach, sometimes I hate being hard on trainers, but I have to be honest. I don't like lying to myself nor lying to my subscribers, and I know they get upset at me when I tell them something they don't want to hear.
The truth is the truth.
But when the truth is the truth, no matter what it is. I think Freddie Roach, I don't doubt he's a good trainer, but in my opinion, Freddie Roach has never built a fighter completely. The famous fighters that he's already gotten them with either a little bit of name or on its way up. And I think it was more of the politics, the name, that the reason he got that job. But then again, I might be wrong, and hopefully I am. But what I really wanted to ask him is something that the whole world of boxing, not just me, not just Dante, the whole world of boxing is wondering. With May 3rd approaching, obviously time's running out, we still don't have an opponent for Floyd Mayweather. We don't know if it's going to be Amir Khan. We don't know if it's going to be Mike Donna. My question to you is, who do you think it will be using the name fact, and who would you like it to be?